The team is in Ripon, California, working on the Baker collection. Irv Baker focused on collecting items built by the Holt Manufacturing Company, which later became the Caterpillar Company. There are Holt parts spread out all over the property, and it's the team's job to find and sort them for the auction.
And so here's the flywheel, so that the stuff here in the front, you kind of start packing things. So all that stuff came from the college back there. There's the jugs, and here's the flywheel, and so mostly here,
So we would keep all this.
well, you got to start here with that tractor for sure, I would say, because that's where it came from.
Yeah.
And then there's a brand new set of 75 pads underneath the back of that tractor back there. 45 parts over along the wall. Holt 60 jugs. International. But then there's Holt 45 kind of right in here. There's no 75 stuff in here. There's a lot of 75 steering wheel, 75 right here. There's a Stockton 75 seat. It's just endless. I feel for you.
What? I thought you were staying out. You act like you're leaving.
I've been asked that before. Where you going?
Go deflate tires out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
That way nobody can leave. Once you get here, you're here.
Hotel California.
Yeah.
The amount of Holt parts here is staggering, and the largest collection to ever sell at auction. But in order to sell them, they need to be organized and sorted by model.
We're just going through and marking what we know and can identify so we can start completing some of the projects that we've got out. We've got actually 4 different chassis that we've got to bring all the parts and bring them together so we can make kits. That way we can kind of make them where we can sell them as kits, and the next owner can put them together and start building their own 75. It's kind of like a kid's puzzle for grown-ups.
Sorting and identifying the parts is an important step for the seller, and make sure that items will bring top dollar. The Aumann team uses not just their knowledge, but their close network of collectors who specialize in items like these. There are 2 main models here, the Holt 75 and the Holt 45. The Holt 75 was the company's second largest production tractor, behind the short-lived Holt 120, of which few remain. The Bakers do have a few parts for a Holt 120. This frame, radiator, and serial number tag sold for $34,650 US. Aumann Vintage Power sold a Holt 75 earlier this year on their pre-30 auction. It's drizzling rain, and a Holt 75 has just arrived from the West Coast. They can't start the tractor on the trailer, so they'll need to pull it off.
Yeah, you better just stand on it.
Big crawler tractors like this can be difficult to move with another tractor. Most times it's easier to start them up and drive them into place. But this tractor has sat for several years and probably needs some work.
We'll just start it here. Oh, you'll start? Yeah, we'll just start it here and go ahead and unhook it. Yeah, go ahead. Exciting stuff. I know. It's like unwrapping a Christmas gift.
The engine still needs to be tuned up a bit, but they want to get it out of the drizzling rain and into the dry of the shed before continuing. The pre-30 open house is tomorrow, and they'd like to have the tractor tuned and running so the bidders can inspect it. Even if they don't get the engine running, it allows them to inspect the engine and tell potential buyers what condition it's in before they bid. The Aumann team works hard to make sure they are as transparent as possible, so buyers know exactly what they're bidding on. But it's still up to the buyer to inspect before they bid. Items are sold as is, where is, and all sales are final. Back in California, the team has spent the last few days moving and sorting all of the Holt parts. They ended up with several Holt 75 and Holt 45 project piles, plus a large selection of Holt parts. They've also found a large selection of Harris engine parts, some of which are new old stock.
And see, these are 45s, so we got
Harris?
We got a few 45s.
Harris or Holt?
No, that's Harris. See the water outlet on the top of the head?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And their M numbers. So I would say we can pull the pistons or rods out of that box.
Okay.
Let's do heads, pistons, rods, barrels, and manifold and call it an engine kit.
I've got two different sizes of heads.
Okay, so you got 45s. Yeah. So this is a 45. These are 25s. So what we should do is let's get barrels and pistons. That one's got a piston in it, so leave that one. Grab those two. We'll have 4 matching barrels.
Oh, pistons.
We should get 4 pistons. Can you carry?
Yep.
I'll grab 4 rods. We'll go here. 25s. Put that right on that engine. Engine kit.
These Harris engines are a 4-cylinder vertical gasoline engine. The engines powered combine harvesters built by the Harris Manufacturing Company of Stockton, California. The harvesters were made of wood and sat on a steel frame with large rear steel wheels and a front single wheel. The first harvesters were horse-drawn and required a team of up to 18 horses. These harvesters were mainly used to combine wheat, and with a team of 18 horses, you could cover 30 to 50 acres per day. There's still more sorting to do, and plenty of other items to move. They'll need to keep their pace, so they can finish before they leave in 2 days.